Okay, cool. Welcome to the final week of the Foundations of Yoga class. Today we're focused on the crown chakra. So that is crown of the head, top of the head. It's kind of like the ultimate end point from a yogi perspective. When all other chakras are in alignment, it's thought that achieving enlightenment, inner peace, and calm through the crown chakra is easier. So the Sanskrit name, I feel like I'm probably going to mess it up, but it's Sahasrara. It's located at the crown of the head, so kind of in like the circular part here. It rules the element of thought, so similar to other chakras that are a little bit more ethereal, the crown chakra, because it's in the head, rules the mind and thinking. And the color is either white or violet in color. So today's class, we're going to not just focus on the seventh chakra, because in reality, the seventh chakra is a lot more about meditation and stillness. So what I thought we would do is work our way up and move through a series of poses that hit each of the seven chakras. So starting with the first and going all the way up to the seventh. And as I said earlier, we will have more of an extended shavasana at the end, which is where that seventh chakra really gets nice and activated. So we're going to start in a standing pose, and we're going to work through all of the breathing exercises that we've done through the course of this series, just a little modified. So come to your mountain pose. Feet are about 4 to 6 inches apart. I'm going to start with root chakra breathing. So on the inhale, lift your heels, and exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to go into the second chakra breathing. So I'll do this from the side to demonstrate. It's basically a standing cat-cow. So inhale, open up, press the hips forward, arch the back. And exhale, round the back. You can send the hands forward. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round the back, look down towards the knees. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, so for the third chakra, again, that's a lot of twisting and kind of opening up that solar plexus area. So take your fingertips and put them on top of the shoulders. Stand nice and tall, inhale, and exhale, bend to the left or twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Twist. Center. 2 more times. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. 1 more time on each side. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist. And back to center. So we'll work through the heart chakra breathing. So you can take your hands and place them over your heart. On the inhale, send the arms out wide. Push the chest forward. And exhale, hands back to chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, hands to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. A few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, nice and wide. Inhale. And exhale. Come into the throat chakra. So interlace the fingers, make kind of a prayer pose, and then gently set that fist beneath the chin. Inhale, widen the elbows, and exhale as you push the elbows together and look up. Inhale, look back down. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows together, look up. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows together, look up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hold here for a moment. Set the arms down. Now we'll do the third eye chakra breathing. So gently place your hands hovering over the eyes. On the inhale, send your hands out wide. And exhale, hands over the eyes. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, cover the eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now for seventh chakra breathing, we'll bring our hands together, a little bit lower than heart center, kind of starting at the navel. On the inhale, we'll bring our hands all the way up, above the head, and exhale, arms out wide, down to the sides. Inhale, hands together and up. Exhale, hands out, down to the sides. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now hold here in your mountain pose and close your eyes. And just breathe for a few breaths. Feeling nice and grounded here in mountain pose. This is activating for the first chakra, the root chakra. You can open your eyes, and from here, inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, fold forward. This forward bend is very activating for the second chakra, that sacral chakra. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, come down to your hands and knees for tabletop pose. Now from here, run through a series of cat-cow poses using your tailbone to direct the movement of your spine. So to come into cat, point the tailbone down, round the spine as you exhale. And then inhale, point the tailbone up, arch the spine, and look up. Exhale, round the back, point the tailbone down. Inhale, point the tailbone up, arch the back. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. One more time, exhale for cat. And inhale for cow. And then come to a neutral tabletop position. This is very activating for both the first and second chakra. Feeling very grounded here. Now curl the toes underneath and press back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is very activating for all of the chakras. Really focus on pressing your heels toward the ground. It's okay if the heels don't come all the way down. A nice neutral spine. The head is not looking up or looking all the way down. It's just nice and neutral. Now from here, lift your hands and shift forward for high plank. Hold here for a few breaths. And now you can lower the legs, the knees to the ground to take Chaturanga Dandasana. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, lifting the chest, come into Cobra pose. And this is activating for that first and second chakra, as well as the fourth chakra, the heart center. And on the exhale, press back down into downward facing dog. While you're here, check out your fingers. You might want to look to see that your pointer fingers are pointing up towards the top of the mat so that your arms are slightly externally rotated. It means they're kind of turning outward. Play around with the position of your feet. So maybe take them a little bit wider, maybe as wide as the mat. Doing that can help with tight hamstrings, tight lower back. And just breathe here. Find strength in your downward facing dog. So you inhale, look up to the hands and step the right foot forward. We'll come into runner's lunge or low lunge. So fingertips on the ground. If you have blocks available, you can use blocks to kind of prop you up if being too low to the ground is too difficult for you. This is pretty activating for that second chakra, that sacral chakra. Stretching out the hips. Breathe here. And now exhale, set that knee down on the ground. Uncurl the toes. And step that right foot forward quite a bit. We're going to come into the lizard pose. So again, you can use the blocks to support you. You might place a block right here next to your foot. Slowly lower yourself down. If you've got a lot of flexibility in the hips, you may be able to put your forearms all the way down on the mat. But no worries if not, I can't really get there. That's a pretty deep stretch. This lizard pose is quite activating for that second chakra. I'm sure if you were part of that second chakra class, you'll remember this fondly, or maybe not so fondly. Option to take your right hand to right knee. Prop yourself up on your left hand and very gently press that right knee out to the side. You should feel a nice stretch on that outer thigh. If this is painful for you, proceed with caution. Listen to your body. We don't want anybody getting hurt here. If you'd like a small twist to activate that third chakra, you can look over the right shoulder. All right, all modifications come back to lizard pose. You can inch that right foot back a little bit. We'll come back into that low lunge position. Either fingertips on the mat or supported by your blocks. Find your steady positioning here. And then slowly on the inhale, lift your fingertips towards the sky for crescent lunge. Crescent lunge is activating for that first, second, and third chakra. So from the root all the way to that solar plexus. Inhale nice and tall. And then exhale as you twist open to the right, sending your arms out parallel to the ground. Getting some extra activation in that third chakra. Reaching as if your fingertips are trying to grab either side of the room. Inhale back to crescent lunge, arms overhead. And then exhale as you come into warrior two. I'm going to change my positioning so you guys can see me from the front. All right. Take a look at your right knee. Check to see that that right knee is pointing towards right pinky toe. That back leg is at about, well, the leg is straight, the foot is about 45-degree angle. Chest nice and open. Breathe in. Then exhale as you push those right fingertips forward a little bit. Bend that right arm. Swoop that left arm underneath and over for extended side angle. These poses, warrior two, and extended side angle are very activating for the third and fourth chakra. That's the solar plexus and the heart. Breathe here, reach nice and long through those left fingertips. Now exhale as you straighten that right leg. Take your right hand down to right shin. Come into triangle pose. Now to open the chest here, what we've done in the past is you place your hand on your chest, really gently drag the chest open. And then just let your fingertips float to the sky. This right here is primarily a fourth chakra pose. Inhale, exhale, look down at the right foot. Grab those blocks if you need some extra support. You can frame that right foot. Back foot is still at about 45-degree angle. You can shorten your stance if you need to. Inhale to a halfway lift position. And then exhale for pyramid pose, folding over that right thigh. It's a nice deep stretch in that right hamstring. Paying attention to make sure you're not locking out the knees. So have a slight micro bend in each knee that protects the joint and keeps the muscles active. Now from here, we're gonna set up for just a very brief half split, so standing half split. This will activate the root chakra as well as that sixth chakra, which is all about balance. So standing nice and firm in that right leg. Gradually lift the left leg up, heel going towards the sky. You can keep those blocks if you need them. You can bring your fingertips down to the mat as you fold over that right leg. If you've got the balance, you can grab onto the right leg and pull yourself forward just a little bit. And exhale, set that left leg down, come into a forward fold. Take a break. Maybe pedal out the feet a little bit. Notice the difference in the right leg from the left. And just relax here. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands and step back into your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, look to the hands, shift forward to plank pose. Option to drop the knees for Chaturanga Dandasana, that's high to low plank. Inhale, feet flat against the floor, lifting the chest for Cobra pose. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the hands, step that left foot forward, coming into low lunge. Again, you can grab those blocks if you need them. Place them under the hands so that they're pretty directly underneath the shoulders. Nice deep bend in that left leg, stretching through that right thigh. Now here you can set that right knee down, uncurl the toes, and step that left foot forward as far as you can get it to come into lizard pose. Again, you can take the block in front of you so that you can set those elbows down if the hips allow. Option to support yourself on that right hand and gently press that left knee out. Working on that outer left thigh into the glute. Again, if this is painful, proceed with caution, listen to your own body. Modifications, come back to that lizard pose. Hands back down on the mat or on your blocks. You can step that left foot back. Curl the toes of the right foot under and come back into that low lunge. Pressing those hips down into the ground to open up the thigh muscles. Then finding a nice steady pose here. Inhale as you lift the arms overhead, a crescent lunge. Breathe nice and tall. And then as you exhale, twist open to the left. Nice and activating for that solar plexus. As you root down into those feet, keeping you nice and steady. And that stretch in the hips is activating for that second chakra. Inhale back to crescent lunge, arms overhead. And then exhale as you come into warrior two. Arms at parallel with the ground. Look down at that left knee and try to direct it so it's pointing kind of towards that left pinky toe. Back foot is at 45-degree angle. Standing nice and tall. Sink a little bit deeper into that left leg. Inhale and exhale as you push those left fingertips forward. Bend that the left arm and float the right fingertips up towards the sky. Again, option to swing the arm down and under so that you can point those fingertips kind of at an angle where the bicep comes near the ear. Or an extended side angle. Quite activating for that fourth chakra, the heart center. You'll also feel a lot of activation in that first and second chakra, as you will for a lot of standing poses. Exhale, straighten that left leg, placing left hand on left shin for triangle pose. Again, to open the chest, you can take that right hand, place it on the chest, gently drag the chest open, and let the fingertips float up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale as you look down at the mat, either placing your fingertips on the mat or on the blocks, shifting that back foot so toes are facing more towards the front, heel down, both legs straight. Inhale to halfway lift, and then exhale as you fold over that left leg for pyramid pose. Again, you can step that back foot forward if a wide stance doesn't work for your body. Keeping a micro bend in each of the knees to protect the joint and keep the muscles activated. All right, inhale to change, prepare for standing half splits. So ground down through that left foot. Left leg nice and straight, lifting right heel towards the sky. As you fold over that left leg. Again, option to grab onto that left leg and gently pull yourself forward as you lift that right heel. And exhale as you step that right foot forward, And come to a forward fold. Take a break. An option to walk out those feet or just kind of pedal them a little bit. Feel the difference in both of your legs. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward one more time. Let the head hang. And then inhale, interlace your hands, releasing the pointer fingers. As you inhale, come all the way up to a stand, arms overhead. Take a mini back bend. And exhale, release the hands, come back to mountain pose. All right. So from here, we'll move into a pose that is activating for the root chakra as well as the third eye center, sixth chakra, which is tree pose. So to get into tree pose, you can kickstand the foot, simply keeping those toes on the ground. If you'd like, you can inch that right foot kind of up the calf, so you're balancing on the left foot. If that's the farthest you can go, that's perfect. You can practice with sending your arms out wide, maybe reaching them overhead. If you'd like to go a little further with the leg, you can gently reach down, grab that foot, and bring it up towards the inner thigh. Being careful not to place that foot on the knee joint. It's not a very stable joint when you're pressing at it sideways. You press that left thigh into the right foot and the right foot into the left thigh. And just hold your balance here. Play around with what feels right. Take one more big inhale. And exhale, slowly let that right foot down to the ground. You can roll out that left ankle a little bit there. Roll out the right too, if that feels nice. And we'll do a tree on the other side. So root down through the right foot, kickstanding the left foot. Again, first option is to keep those toes on the ground and turn that knee outward. You can inch that foot further up. If you'd like, you can gently reach down and bring that foot up to the inner thigh. To find your balance, you can grab a wall. You can look at a single point about 3 to 4 feet in front of you, a non-moving point. Reach your arms out and wide, maybe let them grow like branches up into the sky. And wherever you are, slowly exhale the arms down. Slowly release that foot. Roll out the ankles again. All right. So now we will move down to the ground on our backs. We're going to do a couple of rounds of bridge pose. Bridge is really activating for the first, second, third, and fourth chakras. It also activates the fifth. It's just an overall really good aligning pose. So to come into bridge pose, you can bend the knees, lower down to your back, bringing those heels in so they're pretty close to the glutes. You have a couple options for your arms. You can keep them down along the sides with your palm down on the ground. You can bend at the elbows and have your palms facing each other, or you can bring hands overhead. It's really up to you. I like to keep my palms facing each other with elbows bent. So from here, really press down into the heels as you inhale, and then exhale, press through the heels to lift the pelvis towards the ceiling. Now in this pose, you should feel activation in the root chakra that is in the heels, the sacral chakra, kind of the backside, the thighs, the glutes. Solar plexus is quite activated. And then as well in the throat, make sure that you're not nodding the head forward so much that you can't breathe. Keep a nice space there. Inhale as you push a little bit higher, lift a little bit more. And then exhale down. We'll do that one more time, holding for just a few breaths. So inhale. Exhale as you press through the heels, lifting the pelvis towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And then exhale back down to the ground. You can unroll those shoulders if they got kind of rolled up underneath you. So from here, we will do fish pose. You can either do the full fish pose or supported fish pose. I'll demonstrate both. Full fish pose is legs active out in front of you. Take the hands underneath the glutes, keeping the elbows in close to you. Lean back so that your elbows come to the mat, forearms down. There's an arch in your back as you lower the crown of the head to the ground. In this pose, you want to keep those toes nice and active, pointing up towards the ceiling. If you're taking supported fish pose, you're not going to be supporting yourself on your elbows, rather with a block that's going to run along the length of your spine, just below the ribs and just above the pelvis. If you have supported fish pose, I would recommend keeping your arms down along your sides with the palms facing up. Or if you'd like a little bit more of an active pose, you can put those hands underneath the glutes, palms face down, and draw the elbows in toward the rib cage. In both of these poses, both the supported and non-supported, it's important that you don't look the head back so far that the neck and the throat become closed off and you can't breathe. So if you're having a difficult time breathing, just nod the head forward slightly. I want to make sure that channel is still nice and open. And you can release if you're in the unsupported pose. Simply lift yourself back up, nodding the chin forward into the clavicle. If you're in supported pose, push yourself up with your hands. Come to a seated position. We'll come into staff pose. This is very activating for first and second chakras. You're nice and grounded. You're very active in these hip muscles here. Place your hands on your thighs, sit up nice and tall. And just breathe here for a few breaths and really feel that activation through the lower part of your body. If you place your thumbs kind of in that hip crease, maybe bend forward and backwards a little bit, you should be able to feel those hip flexor muscles activating and loosening. And inhale, sit nice and tall. If you had a block behind you, you can get that out of the way. And we'll slowly lower back down to our backs. Take a supine twist. So for supine twist, you don't necessarily need to cross the legs over. I like doing that. If you'd like to just keep your knees together, that's totally fine. Option to take the right leg and kind of twist it over the left. Shift the pelvis over to the right side. And then exhale as you let those legs fall to the left. If it's helpful, you can place a block underneath that left leg to support that twisted position. Inhale back through center. Untwist the legs. Change. You had them twisted, you can take that left leg over the right, shifting the pelvis over to the left, and letting those legs fall over to the right. Inhale back through center. Untwist the legs. Bend the knees and bring them in towards the chest. You can wrap your arms or your hands around, interlacing the fingers. And just draw those knees in. Inhale. And then exhale as you lift the forehead towards the knees. And now from here, inhale as deep as you can. And exhale, you can release the legs down. And I will demonstrate how to get into a nice Shavasana pose. So I personally don't have pillows, but I'll demonstrate as if my blocks are pillows. So for a lot of people, when they're laying on their backs, just having your legs out flat on the ground is not super comfortable. So what I recommend is taking your pillow, at least one of them, and placing it underneath the knees. If you have a second, slightly lower pillow, you can place it underneath the ankles. And then as you lay back, if it's comfortable, you can have a low pillow or a lightly folded blanket underneath the head. That'll protect the back of the head from getting too uncomfortable, especially if you're on a hard floor. And normally I would recommend covering yourself with a blanket, but it is June and it was 90 degrees today. So depending on, for the recorded version when you're watching this, if it's cold outside, if you are cold, cover yourself up. If you're warm, no need to cover up. And then as you lay back, generally we have palms facing up towards the sky, arms out wide, but this isn't required. You can always take those hands and place the palms on the belly if having them out to the side is not comfortable. And then from here, you can close those eyes or keep a very soft gaze. And for today's Shavasana, I'm actually going to give you kind of a guided visualization rather than just kind of letting you sit there on your own. So in this practice, it's called the 61 points practice. It's a yoga nidra practice. I'm going to have you do one of two things. So you can either visualize a bright white light, and as we work through this, you will imagine that light moving throughout different parts of your body. If visualization is difficult for you or you lose your focus when you're visualizing, I'll ask you just to focus on the sensation of the body part that I am calling out. And move your attention based on the sensation from each different spot. Okay. So first we will start with our focus on that eyebrow center. Third eye center. Bring your attention there. If you're visualizing, bring the bright white light to the eyebrow center. Now send it to throat center. Right shoulder. Right elbow. Right wrist. Tip of the right thumb. Tip of the right index finger. Tip of the right middle finger. Tip of the right ring finger. Tip of the right little finger. Right wrist. Right elbow. Right shoulder. Throat center. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Left wrist. Tip of the left thumb. Tip of the left index finger. Tip of the left middle finger. Tip of the left ring finger. Tip of the left little finger. Left wrist. Left elbow. Left shoulder. Throat center. Heart center. Right chest. Heart center. Left chest. Heart center. Solar plexus. Navel center. Right hip. Right knee. Right ankle. Tip of the right big toe. Tip of the right second toe. Tip of the right middle toe. Tip of the right fourth toe. Tip of the right little toe. Right ankle. Right knee. Right hip. Navel center. Left hip. Left knee. Left ankle. Tip of the left big toe. Tip of the left second toe. Tip of the left middle toe. Tip of the left fourth toe. Tip of the left little toe. Left ankle. Left knee. Left hip. Navel center. Solar plexus. Heart center. Throat center. Eyebrow center. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe shake your head from side to side. Now, bring your attention to your nose if you are able to breathe through your nose at this time. And take note of which nostril is more open. Which nostril are you more easily able to breathe through? Once you've determined that, roll over onto that side. And slowly use your top hand to push yourself up to a seated position, eyes still closed or looking softly down towards the ground. Bringing hands to heart center. Just focus on your breath. Equal inhale and equal exhale. Take time to thank yourself for making the time today for yourself. Slowly start to rub your palms together to create some heat. And wherever on your body needs a little bit of TLC, send your hands to that spot. Bring hands back to heart center. The teacher and the light in me sees and honors the teacher and the light in all of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. All right. Thanks, everybody. For those of you who have been here for the majority of this, that's a full 7 weeks. That's a lot of learning. I'll stick around if anybody has questions.